Had a long day, laid back, pour the yak up. Why you stress me out? I'm like, girl, why you act up?
Yo. I gotta stretch it out, man. It's been a long time since I've been doing this. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Morning Millie. Season 2, baby. You know what I'm saying? Round of applause. Crowd goes wild, right? Yeah, that's my dog in the background. So he don't care about nothing we're doing right now. But whatever, we're gonna ignore him right now. Man, hope everybody doing good, man. Hope y'all living life, man. Hope y'all enjoying yourselves. Hope y'all is I don't know, man, just striving to be the best people you can be. I'm super stoked to be back on here. I'm super stoked to just be able to talk to y'all, share my thoughts with y'all, hear y'all's thoughts, hear what y'all are going through, et cetera, man. So really, man, long story short, man, I just needed a break, you know. This year's been a crazy year for me. All across the board. It's been a never-ending cycle of trials, never-ending cycle of, difficulties, growth too. I mean, obviously that's what comes out of it. So a lot of growth, a lot of grit, a lot of grinding, a lot of just, this year has really just been battering me and just really just, I don't know. It's really just, it's been testing my rank, man, and testing what I say I am and saying what I'm about. When I'm going through a lot like that, I guess like it's hard for me to be able to like give y'all everything I can and like put everything into it. And like I still be posting on like TikTok and everything. Like if you're a real supporter and everything, I mean, you be seeing that stuff. I ain't saying y'all ain't supporter if you don't see it, but hey, no, I know who the real ones is. But I've been posting on TikTok and stuff like. I mean, I don't post like every day. There was periods where it was like every day, but I have other things. But so yeah, I still be like active about the pod, I guess, like active with like not with the pod, but like I've always stayed active with like self-improvement and like just helping people and just encouraging people to like just live their best lives and just better themselves in whatever way they can. But I needed to take a step back from like the actual podcast and like being a host and interviewing people. And I know I'm the best host in the game, y'all. So I know it was definitely hard for y'all to not have episodes. I needed it. I needed to for myself and just for my well-being. And like during the time too, I also had the music. I started music. I started like at one time, there was a time where I was doing the podcast. I was doing music. I was doing Millie Reacts, like, and I'm having my normal job. I'm hitting the gym. I was boxing at this time too, so I'm boxing too. Like, there was just so many things I was doing at one time that like nobody saw because I mean it's behind the scenes. Like, if you was following my stuff, like when I was doing Millie Reacts and stuff, like when I was doing that during that period, I mean, I had like 5 things, boxing, that, da. Like there was just so many things that I just couldn't do it. Like for just me, for one person, that's a lot. Yeah, so I guess I always knew that I was going to be back. I always knew that, we'd be back here, we'd be running it again. And like I had people like, shout out to my boy Tyrone, he been rocking my stuff like since the beginning, right? And so, man, he had asked me before, like a couple months ago, like, yo, Aaron, like, like, man, when you finna make podcasts again or whatever, like, you finna make them again type ordeal. I'm like, yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will. Like, I just gotta wait for the season to come back, Like, I don't know. Because, like, this is all creativity, right? The podcast, the music, the content, like, it's all creativity. And so, like, if I'm not there mentally or I'm just really, really battling, like, I'm just not going to be able to give y'all the best. And that's just not what I'm about to do. I'm not about to half-ass it, but also not even just half-ass it. I also don't want to get to the point where I'm completely burnt out and I just hate doing this, because I do all these things purely because I enjoy doing them. Obviously, do I want to like see them grow and like become like able to be monetized and, have financial gain from it and like also like reach a bigger audience. And, obviously, when I see likes and stuff, obviously I get charged up when I see, a comment or a like or a repost or a share or whatever it is, or somebody slides up. And like when people slide up, and like are like, oh, I love that episode, or I love that song, or oh, this really helped me. This, like, I get that all the time, and like, it's really a blessing, cause like, I don't know, man, like, that stuff keeps me going, man. Y'all don't understand. That stuff keeps me going. It keeps me locked, dog. You know what I'm saying? Genuinely helps me a lot. Y'all don't understand that, and so I really appreciate the people who be like that. And also, I really appreciate the people who give me honest criticism and honest feedback, because that helps me to grow and helps me to, I guess, better my craft and just continue just to be the best we can and ultimately just be the best version of myself, right? With that being said, episodes are starting soon. Obviously, it's the first episode back of season 2. I'm going to mark this as episode 1 for sure. But, yeah, it's just a solo episode, obviously, but I'm gonna have guests on here soon. I got a realtor who hit me up. I'm like, hey man, like, I'll hop on, right? I hit him up months ago, and I need to hit me up again. Because sometimes, man, people won't reply to you for months, bro, and I'll be like, forgot, I even hit him up, and he was down to hop on. So I'll probably reach out to him. I'll probably have a realtor on to start. We'll see. I mean, might be a lawyer, might be a, man, y'all know what it is, man. I've had D1 athletes on here. I've had. Well, I don't think the lawyer episode ever got aired, but I did have a lawyer, barber, multiple barbers. Shout out with Tony. I forgot Tony was on there too. I've had my boy Mike. I'll probably get my boy Bryce on here. That's one of my best friends. So I'll definitely get my boy on here for sure. We'll talk about everything. Talk about life. Get my boy on here. I got some fire guests that are definitely gonna be on here soon, so I'm excited. I'm really excited for season 2. I'm in a position now, I guess. Obviously, I'm in a position now that I feel ready to, put my energy into this again. Obviously, but not even just that. I also I feel I'm going through all the things I've been through and continue to go through. I've become more equipped, and I become stronger. I become more stable, become more steadfast. I become more, gritty. Everything that pain and trials and pressure and all the the fire produces, I've become that and continue to become more of that. And so I guess now, even me talking, bro, y'all probably I probably talk a little bit different, sound a little bit different in the sense of I should. I don't mean that my voice is different or anything, but what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, what I'm talking about. Obviously, the overall frame is the same, but y'all should see a little bit of differences in me. Y'all should see that's what it should be for everybody. Man, I shouldn't. If I don't talk to you for a year, I shouldn't come back and it'd be the exact same. You should be a little different. People be like, man, you different. That's how it should be, right? If you're growing, you should be different, right? We never want to be the same version of ourselves, bro. That's dangerous. Bad spot to be in. So, yeah. And if you ain't listening to music, check out my music, man. If you ain't popped out to the music, if you ain't tapped into that, y'all definitely need to tap into that and see what's popping with all that. And I'm dropping music all the time. I love making music, so that's it's fire. But yeah, I'm in Texas now. I probably should say that too. Yeah, I'm in Texas. I'm in Texas with it. If y'all don't know, a lot of y'all probably already know that, but we in Texas with it nowadays. Been here for 3 months now. It's been cool. It's been ups and downs. As my last album was called Mountains and Valleys, that's really what it's been. It's been highs and lows. Ultimately, still pushing forward, bettering myself, continuing to just strive to see the best version of myself. And that's all you can really do, right? So, yeah, I've had my moments where I'm crying. I ain't gonna lie. I've had moments where I'm in tears, man. I also have my moments where I'm lit as hell, and I'm like, ain't nobody can stop me. And I've conquered a lot of insecurities of mine, especially social insecurities and stuff. And I've a big goal and a big goal and it's a big goal of mine. Since I came down here, has been to grow on the social end and be able to talk to people more, be less defensive off the rip, etc., etc. And if you're like me and you've gone through things and just the way life has dealt you've kind of learned and become accustomed to okay, I need to be, I need to have a snarl on me, right? I need to be just off the rip. And like that's cool, like when you're going through certain situations, like especially as like a child and everything, right? That can be the only way, what I'm saying, you stay okay. But when we get in this adult world, it's kind of a crazy flip because like we learn so many things as a child, especially when you go through like if you go through like child abuse or I've been thinking about this stuff a lot. So like you go through like child abuse or somebody who like for example, let's do an example. I'll do an example. We always gotta do examples, man. It makes it easier. Let's say your mom left, and so as a child, you kind of learn to shell up that part and like kind of become, what's the word, cold, almost cold towards that aspect of your life, right? Like, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that, right? You grow up saying, I don't need that. So you know what I mean? To feel okay, right? Through all that. So now you in the adult world though, and it's like, you 23 now. It's like, you don't necessarily need a like quote unquote mother, right? As in the sense anymore. So now it's like a relationship standpoint, whether that's a, male or female, right? And now it's like you may have relationship problems from that. Why? Just because like you have created so many like negative and like defensive. I don't say negative. I'll just say neutral because in certain situations it could be like a positive, right? But overall, you create so many difficulties for you in the adult world because you have so many tendencies that worked then but don't work now because it's a completely different situation, a completely different person. You see what I'm saying? And like for me, an example of my life is like with my anger, right? I've gained a lot of like defensive anger mechanisms, and nowadays it's like I don't need that. And so it's like learning how to say, okay, I don't need to be always ready to like fight you. I need to calm down because not everybody, and the majority of people aren't here to fight me, right? They're not here to hurt me. Not here to, none of that, right? And so that's just something I've been working on, y'all. And I guess something that I learned in a podcast that's really helped me that I hope can help you guys and like people who are dealing with that and struggle with, like let's say you didn't have a good mom growing up or a good dad growing up. Like you probably are going to look at older people or like people who remind you of them or whatever in a certain light. And it's just a subconscious thing, right? Just to be on guard, right? We're human beings. We need to protect ourselves. We need to stay alive. That's any creature. But one thing that I learned, and then this is more goes for like making friends, but I mean it also goes for just being calm, I guess, and like keeping your defenses at a neutral. I wouldn't say low as hell, but like just keep them just they're just there. They're there, but they're not. They're under restraint, and it's to just view everybody. It's to go about life as if everybody likes you and everybody messes with you. You see what I'm saying? And like that was a huge like, oh, okay, maybe I should go about that because I mean it helps with social anxiety. It helps to not think, what do they think about me? What do they? Everybody likes you. Everybody loves you. Okay, cool. So I can just be myself and just be chill. And I guess it helps just be more open to people because in my mind, I'm already going with the idea that you like me. And more than likely, if I'm chill and I'm smiling and I'm giddy and whoop-de-whoop, you probably will. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, I mean, 98% of the time has nothing to do with you. It's them. Whether, something just happened in their life, they're not going through the day, they might be hungry, we're humans, bro. It could be anything. And another thing to help if you have like social anxiety or just like helping to just just to feel more comfortable around people, I would also say is to understand that as human beings we are super 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 narcissistic. Everybody is a narcissist. Everybody is narcissistic to a certain degree. Everybody is. And I really stand on that. And what I mean by that is as human beings, our number one concern is typically, and I would say 99% of the time, it's us, right? That's our main concern. I'm not saying you don't think about your kids. I'm not saying you don't think about your spouse, all these other things, your dog. But like at the end of the day, when you wake up, you're thinking, what am I going to eat? What am I going to wear? When am I going to shower? What am I going to do? What am I going to, you know what I mean? You're thinking all these things. The majority of your decisions you're making for yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like for the benefit of yourself. And obviously there's exceptions to the rule, and exceptions to every rule. But that's what I would say in the general scheme of things. That's how it is. And I guess knowing that and understanding that, it's like, oh, okay. Like today in the gym, I was about to walk out and, dude's looking at me. I'm looking at him. I'm like, immediately, I'm like, my first initial response is like, oh, hope you don't look at me. I hope you don't think I'm like, weird or right? Hope I don't say something stupid or right. But then I'm like, oh yeah, he's probably thinking those exact same thoughts. And more than likely, he's probably thinking about himself a lot more than he's thinking about me, in the sense of, what is that person thinking about me? And then when you think about that and you understand that, it's like, okay, well, none of this matters then. None of it matters. You're good. It takes a lot of stress away from the situation. And also when you understand that, like, at the end of the day, man, the world don't care about you, man. The world is just here. Like, you just here, man. Like you think about it though. Like, you think about medieval times. Like, how many of those people, how many of those millions and millions and millions of lives, bro, were just peasants? Or like, you think about like Genghis Khan just rolling through villages. How many of those, like, those are all people that went, you know what I'm saying? Those are people who woke up, you know what I mean? Had to go to the bathroom, had thoughts, had emotions. Like, that was just their fate. You feel me? And so just like, and that they were just a human being like you and me, baby. What's the difference between peasant number 550 and peasant 1,233,000? What's the difference? They're still a peasant, just different timelines. So I guess it's like, when you understand that and understand the world is just kind of neutral, it just kind of just, you feel me? It ain't got no favorites. It's kind of like, okay, well then let me shape it and let me have a perspective that the world loves me, because why not? Why wouldn't you make your mindset beneficial to yourself? If the world is truly neutral, what is the point? And everything is typically 99% of no. This is what I say. If the world is neutral and the majority of your life and everybody else's lives and just everything on this planet and the universe is purely by chance, why would you not shape your mindset, one, to benefit yourself? Why would you not put yourself in positions to increase your chance? And why would you not get excited, because that means that you're in the game? You see what I'm saying? Everything's by chance, man. Man, look at the person who ain't having nothing and they become everything. Look at the person who had everything and they become nothing.